very first place, because happiness is our goal. And that happiness of life, it comes when we understand with great conviction these two things, that I am responsible for my own life, and no one else can live my life. I have to live my life, every bit of it. And I have to take and make an intelligent choice whenever there is a contradiction in my life. And we certainly know it is life, meaning, the samsara or the world is full of contradictions, and life always has its relation with the world, and therefore I need to work with the world. And therefore, if my life is to be happy, I need to work with those contradictions. And when faced with such contradictions, I have to definitely make an intelligent choice. Unintelligent choices make our life experiences so far. And in that, we have seen there are so many purpose. What is the purpose of life? You can have a number of things, but we have seen that if we dedicate, or we can have our life for a very high, noble, ideal goal of life, then we are sure to be on the path of happiness. This, we have also seen, is not something that can be grabbed this moment. It is not something that can just, it will just happen like that. So I have to do something about it, but the doing should be intelligent enough. To achieve the highest, I need to invoke the highest potential, the highest power, the highest and fullest energies from within me. For that, what do I need to do? I need to get connected to something. And second, I need to follow in whatever I need to do to reach there. They have to follow a natural sequence. Where most of us live, I think we can safely take the example of Godavari, right where it starts. Mata from Nashik. And it flows all the way. It comes through into, from there, Andhra, maybe a bit of whatever, no? Telangana and Andhra, whatever, no? Both Andhra. And then they come, and then it merges with the ocean. Correct? So it has its path where it is coming and beautifully flowing and reaching and merging with the infinite ocean. Suppose this is its natural flow. What will happen if it decides that now I do not want to flow like this, but instead of flowing to the sea from the Antarvedi, I will flow to Vishakhapatnam now. What will happen? Disaster. Disaster. Then you have to call the National Disaster Relief Force. NDRF, we have to call the forces. But they may only pick you up, but the damage is always going to be there. So whatever we do, it has to be in the natural flow, conducive to our life. Don't forget this thing called life. If it is, as long as it is conducive to the naturality of life, that is called dharma. And what is this that they call adharma, papa, and all these things? We are not here to put fear in anyone. This is not a religion of fear. Even if you cover it with love or you cover it with brotherhood, it is after all fear. And so far we've seen not even a mention of the word Bhagavan as yet. We've not discovered. We've not asked. We shall. Don't worry. Today I'll ask you. We shall discuss about that. So then, a natural question comes. Adharma means what? That which goes against the very naturality of our life and its actions. and therefore the experiences are not pleasant. The experiences are not good for us, and therefore our bout of miseries and this samsara, what we call as samsara, simply we call it as samsara. So we should follow dharma. So what is it that is the naturality of this? That is called as dharma. See, these are very technical words that are used. So how to make people understand? Then we use dharma means this. Then we've gone into what is the purpose of dharma. So why should I follow according to the naturality of things? Why can't I do as I want? For it is sure that all of us love our freedom. What is it that we love most is we all love freedom. Students want freedom from attending college. छुट्टी हो जाए तो बस बढ़िया है. Workers want freedom from office. The housewife, day after day after day after doing it, wants a holiday from the kitchen. Everyone wants freedom. Some freedom people all want. So, in truth, what can give you freedom? We've seen yesterday. And it is true also that individuality is the most, really important thing in life. Every one of us, we deserve individuality. We love freedom. And it is indeed for that we all try to live. Please think. If there is no freedom for you, you will be really, really unhappy and you will try to break out of it. Why do you want to break out of it? Because breaking out of it gives you freedom. Like, why do divorces happen? Just think. When you're so stifled, then what happens? Someone feels, I don't want to be stifled anymore. I don't want to be pressed upon anymore. No. So it's nothing but, so many things you can keep thinking. Why do whatever things happen? Because people want freedom. It is a natural urge. I'm telling you, I'm not saying freedom should not be. I'm saying freedom is but a natural urge, and that is also something important. Individuality is also something very important. But remember, and yesterday I told you one particular thing about happiness. Today I'm telling you, so what ensures happiness? Dharma ensures happiness. Dharma ensures happiness. For yesterday we had seen that to be happy, you don't need to do anything. You've seen that yesterday. This is very important. Please keep this in mind. To be happy, not to be happy, you don't need to do anything. To be otherwise, you can do any amount of things. Whatever we do are always in that category. So what will ensure happiness? Since we are never going to stop doing work, we keep doing something or the other all the time. Let it be natural. Let it be in freedom. So, dharma is that which is done in freedom. If in our own freedom, we follow that which is natural, you'll always be happy. So the purpose of dharma is to give you happiness. Remember, I told you here dharma does not mean rules. Those are all, some religion of love, religion of peace, and all these things. They have these rules. They talk about that. So here we are not talking about such institutions. We are talking about your life and my life. Simple discussion. Let us be happy. How can we be happy all the time? What will ensure that? Doing nothing is not an option for you. Not at the present moment. Even I Can't stay, just do nothing. But I do what comes to me. In that I have great freedom. What comes to me, I do. Bas itna hi. So, dharma ensures happiness. The purpose of dharma itself is happiness. Then we'll go a little bit, quicker. So these things, what should we have? We should have great conviction. It's not like my dada also told this. तुम्हारा दादा ने बोल दिया है, परदादा ने, तूने क्या किया, इसी पे निर्भर है सब कुछ. आत्मनिर्भरता. क्या है आत्मनिर्भरता? जो आपने खुद नहीं किया. If you yourself have not done, what is the use of saying on all those things? Now, see, yesterday we were talking about individuality. Let me ask you, how many of us are living truly with individuality? Huh? Are we living? No? Of course. You ask a child, Mama, you ask anyone. Individuality is the key of society now. All over the world. All over the world, individuality is the key. But my question is, are you really individual? Are you really acting with great individuality? I said freedom, individuality are natural urges. Yes. Even if you felt to the contrary yesterday, it is not so. You have to understand though what it is. What is the difference between Swatantrata and Vishrunkalata is something that we have to understand. We'll, for a moment, let me ask, so we all love to be individual. We all like that, correct? Okay. Let me ask you, simple question. So who are you? Just a simple question. Who are you? Anuradha ji. Now, just a little bit interaction. Anuradha ji, who are you? Tell me.
Yes, Swamiji. Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om. Can you tell us who are you? Let us know whatever it is. But we'll give you 5 statements. You can make 5 statements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I am Anuradha.
Okay.
I am the mother of Ashrita. I am wife of Mr. Ram Kumar. I am a citizen of India. I don't know, I may be correct or not. The correct answer I am telling or not. I am the daughter of my parent.
That is 5. Done. Thank you. Hari Om. Wonderful. Very good. Himabundu garu. Yes, 5. Tell me who you are in 5 sentences. No. Okay. Padmini?
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om. So who are you? 5 sentences. Ekam.
I am Padmini. I'm a student. I'm a Chinmay Mission member. I'm a teacher. A math teacher.
That's 4.
And myself.
Who are you? Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm myself, Swamiji.
So all what you said right now is not yourself or what? Okay, she's given 4. Wow. Usually people tend to overflow. Okay, Shiva Prasad garu. who's there at that end of the line. Can we do it faster? We're going to lose time. Saujanya is ever, but Shiv Prasad garu. No? Yeah. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.
You mentioned my name, so shall I?
Yes. Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, I am a daughter to my mom, and this who brings to this earth. I am a wife. I'm a mother.
3.
Moreover, I'm a woman now.
4.
I am a example of happiness.
5. Right. And let me ask you one last question.
Sure.
You believe individuality is needed?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Okay, I can keep asking more, but limitations of time. Let me ask you, we all want individuality, right? But in and through all our expressions that we express now, right now, and I picked up few samples only. I could ask n number of people, but I picked up a few samples. But though all of them, I believe, I've not asked them, but why not ask just to, because we are going in a very scientific fashion. Let me ask Anuradha ma, you believe we should have individuality?
Yes, Swamiji.
Bas, that's all. Thank you. That's a very firm yes. I love this. And Padmini?
Yes, Swamiji.
Wonderful. Yes. So there you go. Everyone was talking about we need individuality. We will be only, we have to live, we have to have our individuality. Let me ask you, are you living so? So there are two things. We said, natural is freedom, other is individuality. Are we living in individuality? Where is your individuality? You tell me. So when I asked someone, when we asked, who are you? What did you say? You identified yourself with names. Anuradha, Radha, Krishna, Rama, Lakshmi, Jyoti. You can be n number of names. Among them, Anuradha is one. You identified among the group of names, we identified with one. If it's not Anuradha, it will be Padmini. If it's not Padmini, it will be Saujanya. If it's not Saujanya, it will be something. It will be X, Y, and Z. But we have identified, na? So what did you do? You held something. You are not standing by yourself, individual. You wanted something. You identify with something. And then you say, yes. There is your individuality, you tell me. Show me individuality. Okay. I am the mother of so and so. I am a student. What did we do? Amongst all these things that we are telling, what did I do? I identified with a group of mothers and say, I am a mother. I identified with children and then I say, I am their mother. Where is your individuality? Where are you? With respect to them, you have to identify. And therefore, where is that individual? Individual not there now. Now there is group only. Sab group ho gaya. Groupism. अच्छा सा देखो आप. Groupism is happening all the time. Now, what is this? I'm a wife. That is also, you identify with these things called wives. Shiv Prasad Garu, male would have had, then you identify with and the husband of so and so. So you are identifying with the group called husband. And for there, whatever you say, I work here, I do this. So all this is nothing but, I identify myself with something. So where is your individuality? Like I was telling you yesterday, the child says, Mama, why don't you come into my room? Don't come. This is my room. She says, I am, why beta? What is the wrong? In our home, we should not do those things. What is the great secret here? Only I am coming. Na? In our own home, your own mother, what is your problem? She says, Mama, everyone has to have their own individual life. So, are you living an individual life? Is the child living the individual life? You see what the child is doing? The child. Huh. I'm saying child. Huh? It is a man or a woman also. Old man and old woman also. Please don't think this is only small child. We just took one example, random X out of so many variables that are available. Huh. I am busy talking with my friends. So what did you do? I lock myself and say, I am individual. I want to be individual. But no, you have to identify with your Instagram friends. You have to identify with your Facebook friends. You have to identify with your WhatsApp friends. People whom you don't know also. But what brings you together? Facebook brings you together. Connecting people. बहुत जुमला है ये सब. When you understand, you want individuality, you want freedom. But what are you doing in life? Doing actually something quite opposite, contradictory. You're saying something, you say you want something, but actually what you do seems to be very contradictory, and therefore what is the result? Unhappiness. Unhappiness. Misery. Huh. It doesn't matter. See, actually, so many things we keep doing, no? What is there? Ab karte raho. And we get caught up in what we have done also, and what others have done also, and what others have not done also, as if they carry a great meaning of life. Swamiji, bolo. Swamiji, that time, you said something to me, Swamiji. That's why, I'm not very happy with you, Swamiji. Acha. When did I say? No, why? If there is something it was needed, then Swamiji would have given you or told you that time. Over. Swamiji, 3 years back, no, Swamiji. Even now, I'm just still remembering this, Swamiji. Dekho. We get so lost in what has happened, what someone has done, what someone has not done. Where is your life, Baba? Life is always about someone or something else. One day, simple. One family came to me, and I was telling, the other day also I was actually narrating this story. Came just, Swamiji, Hari Om, how are you? Good. Ashram. And I said, Swamiji, हमें शांति चाहिए. I want shanti. He said, okay. I asked, what will give you shanti? He said, Swamiji, I am doing a job, it is all fine. I have no problem. I go there and come back, children are all there, wife also good. I eat everything. I go, that's all fine. But, I want my children to study well, Swamiji. My son is there. He's just finished his MS, and you know how situation is. I wish he gets a good job, Swamiji. Please pray that he should get job, Swamiji. And my elder daughter, she's already in doing job. She's in Bengaluru. I want her to get married, Swamiji. बस शादी हो जाना चाहिए. Everything else तो बस ठीक है, Swamiji. No, please. भगवान सब कुछ तो बढ़िया दिया है. Everything is good, Just Bhagwan should take care. We are good. Yes. Now, please understand. What does he want? Want Shanti. Very Shanti. I'm not calling person called Shanti. Where is the Shanti that he is asking? He says he wants Shanti, but actually what does he want really? He wants child to study well, get IIT. सब ड्रामा चलता है. He wants son or child to get job. He wants his own children to get married. So that is Shanti, or he wants Shanti. Let us even assume for a while that he really wants Shanti. You know, what is that Shanti? Whatever that Shanti is. Shanti, Swamiji, you know no Shanti. Yesterday you all said Shanti. Okay, Shanti. But when will he get it? Because Swamiji, I want Shanti. So if I give now, you'll take. So unless the child studies well, is there Shanti for him? Unless his child gets job, is there Shanti for him? And unless the daughter gets married, is there Shanti? No, all of these things take their own sweet time. They won't happen now. They take many years to accomplish over a period of time. But what happens to Shanti? When does he want Shanti? जब आएगा तब देखा जाएगा. When it comes, we will see. Not now. Not now. So what about all our prayers? All our prayers are for. Does he really want Bhagavan? Bhagavan. You want Brahman? Really? So question is, why should we all pray? Do you ever understand this? How do we invoke that higher within us? By connecting to that which is highest. And what is the means of such connection was what we said was prayer. And last time we had also seen Om Bhadram Karne Vishnuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Makshabhirya Jatra Stirairangai Stushtuagum Sastanubhi Myashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddhashravah Swastina Pusha Vishwavedah Swasti Nastarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Of course, Swamiji, but why should we pray? Why not we just do good work? You know, someone, you know, what do all these sannyasis and all these people do? Go see Teresa, how much work she does. Why don't our people also be like that? Of course, come join us. Let us do together. No, Swamiji, I am talking about, all these sadhus. Why don't you people do? Okay. Right. We will do all the good work. And what will you do, sir? Huh? आप क्या करोगे? Swamiji, कोई तो होना चाहिए ना to question you. But let's assume, like you, we are ready for good work. Okay. ठीक है. हाँ. करो. अच्छा काम क्या है? Any two persons will agree on what is the good work to be done? No. But let us say good work is good work, Swamiji. Let us do that also. Let us do this also. Whoever wants, let them do that. No problem. But see, even if you want to do good work, what do we require for that? Shakti chahiye. One. And second thing is actually, it should be a noble goal. Unnata Lakshyam. My daughter should get married. My son should be there. By these things. नहीं चलेगा. वो good work कोई बोलेगा नहीं ना. So remember, all good works, we need Shakti and you need a really noble ideal. So if a person is doing good, let him do good. Do. Then suddenly a question comes to him, Swamiji, why should I do good, because others are there. Why should I do good? They are not doing good. And anyway, all the time, how can we do good, Swamiji? How can we be good all the time, Because if you have to be good, you require lots of strength, tremendous amount of strength you need, power you need, energy you need, Shakti to do good all the time. And, if we want to do good and be good, just understand then, the world shakes you like anything when you start doing good things. Till then, everything seems so good, you know. My husband, you know, he never says anything when I went to all the parties, you know, when I went to enjoy with all my friends, when I went to the kitty parties, he never asked anything. He encouraged and he dropped me. But now, Swamiji, when I come to ashram, he asks, why are you going to ashram? What is there? Why should you go? So, in daily life, with so many contradictions, so many people, with such things keeping on happening in our life, we need to stay connected to that which is the biggest source of energy. Correct. So unless we get a power source that constantly keeps charging, what happens? Battery discharge हो गया, हम भी discharge हो जाएंगे. So how to keep it constantly connected? We require that great strength, and that strength is called Adhyatma Shakti. Adhyatmika Shakti. See, till now also, I have not talked anything about Bhagavan. You know why? Lots of times, you know, people say, Swamiji, भगवान करेंगे ना, भगवान सब करेंगे. हाँ, भगवान कर देगा तो तू क्या करेगा? भगवान तो जो करना है तो करना है, करेंगे ही. If he is Bhagwan, let me add that also. If he is Bhagwan, he will do what he will do. उनको आपका परमिशन की जरूरत ही नहीं है और कुछ ना करने की जरूरत नहीं. वो जो करना है तो उसको करेंगे ही. If he did not do, what would happen? Isn't it? So I said, you know, last time we also discussed, prayer is not a beggary. Begging Bhagwan, हमको ये दे दो, हमको ये चाहिए. Why do we pray after all? हमको ये अच्छा होना चाहिए, ये कुछ हो जाना चाहिए. ऐसे. Not I'm saying that it is wrong. Please pray to Bhagwan only. But what I'm going to ask you, and this is very important, you know, when, you know, the husband asks, okay, you know, I've seen these houses, which house shall we buy? At that time, what is important to you? Do you think of Bhagavan? When you go shopping for a car, what is most important to you? Will you ask, will you say, whichever Bhagavan wants, I will choose that car, you will say? You go and see cardeals.com. All the price comparisons, and among that price range also within plus or minus 1 lakh, 2 lakhs. Now, what are the features and how much discount is going to give, how much I can bargain, what I can get. What about Bhagwan? Is there any Bhagwan in your life? Not there. When you're going to school, did you ask, is this school, are you teaching all the dharma? Will you teach Bhagwan? Then only I'll join in your school. No, should be very good school. Why? So that, you know, the child will get admission in IIT, like that they should make him. Arey Baba, kidhar hai tera? So what I'm saying, I'm not saying this is wrong. Please don't misunderstand me. What I'm saying is, all your dealings, whatever you do, so what is there? You are choosing that house where you will feel comfortable, meaning your life is comfortable. You want that car, driving which your life is comfortable. You feel comfortable. So it's all about you only. It's all about you. When you go to the shop to get your dress, oh, I don't go shops, Myntra. Okay, even in Myntra also, even in virtualized app, you want to dress yourself all up. You're dressing Bhagavan or for him or for you. My avatar is there, located there. I dress my avatar. Achha? So everything you see now is about you or Bhagavan? About you only. Eating is about you. Dressing is about you. Having children is about you. Marrying is about you. Studying is about you. Work is about you. Everything is about you. Then what makes you think that Adhyatmikata is about Bhagavan? Spirituality is also about you. The central point, the locus, the hero and heroine is you yourself. Both of them. दूसरा हीरो नहीं आएगा और दूसरा हीरोइन भी नहीं होगा, तू ही होगा. You are the center. Is there anything else actually that brings you to a greater focus than this? That is adhi atma, that which, you know, focuses on you, for you, in you. That is adhyatma. So adhyatma shakti. So please remember, whatever we do, all the prayers that we do, all our actions that we do, it is actually spirituality that helps us the greatest in our life. And when we say Bhagavan, it is that ultimate source of all life. It is that ultimate source of all strength. Even if we want to do good work, I need strength to do good work, right? Kayena vacha manasendriyerva. I say, Bhagavan, I offer these things. Please bless me. Give me that strength. Who is going to work? You are going to work. Why? For yourself. I am not saying, kuch bhi ho. So what should we do? We should do good work. I also agree. I'm not saying no. But that should be the highest goal, noblest goal, and it does require strength. Please understand, where will you get that strength from to do this? We get by connecting to the highest, and that is Bhagavan. That is whom we are calling as Bhagavan. Don't treat him as some external agency somewhere, some god above the clouds, ऊपर वाला. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. For us, there's nothing like ऊपर वाला. He has to be with you, in you, as you. So why should we, for whom do we do good? That is also a question. No? I want to do good work, but whom do we do work? If you do it for any person, what happens after some time? स्वामी जी, मैंने इतना किया वो दोस्त के लिए. मैंने सोचा ये मेरा दोस्त है, पर वो धोखा. सच में नहीं स्वामी जी. He didn't even bother. When he left for another city, another job, he didn't even tell me, Swamiji. He just left. See, Swamiji, what friendship. So many things I did for him. I just gave a small thing. You can. So, whatever we do, we should do for Bhagwan. एक नाम दे दिया, that which is the highest. उसको एक नाम दो. Basically, because we connect with names only, na? Connected with friend, connected with Insta, connected with something. Then you always need a name, so we are giving a name. That is, let us say, Bhagwan. So what do? We do good because we want to please Bhagwan. But let me ask you one question. Okay. Once I went to a dentist. You have to have a smile. You have to go to a dentist. Otherwise, dental problems are really... Any problem is a problem after all, We want to get back to our natural state. We don't want pain, for sure. So this, he said, Swamiji, my young daughter, she's in 3rd standard. She has question. I'm just waiting. Can she ask? I'll call her. You please bless her. I said, yes, naturally, Chote bachche hain, then we feel happy. She came, she asked, Swamiji, why do we do puja? Why do we do puja? Anyone wants to tell me? Kritika, why do we do puja?
Hariom Swamiji. I do puja to thank Bhagwan for my day and for good things that happen to me. and I pray for strength also. I mean, I do puja for that also.
So let me ask you another question also. Does he want our puja?
I don't think so, Swamiji. I think Bhagwan will love us even if we don't do puja. But when we do puja, I feel that our actions become streamlined. You know, like I mean, it gives us strength, so we do it. We our day is also better when we do it. So it's like
So,
a self.
but apart from what you said, why do people do puja? You tell me.
Swamiji, sometimes maybe people want to tune their minds to higher things that are above
What
everyday.
about something like, I want my daughter to get married. I want my son to get something. I want my debts to be paid off. People don't do puja?
They do. There are people who do that also, Swamiji. Yes.
Most of the time, that is what they do. What are you saying? Ordinarily, people do puja because we want something. Whatever that may be, X, Y, and Z. In our case, we may want strength. That's also okay. This is also okay. There's no condemnation. They're saying because we want something. It's a simple thing. Na? We can reduce it to that. Humko kuch chahiye. Does he want puja? We understand that. Thank you, Kritika. Hari Om. Small sample because we can't. Please understand, Bhagavan does not need our puja. If Bhagavan needs our puja, then he will become incomplete. Ashakti ho jayega. But today, I don't know, my daughter, she has not come so far. It's already 9 o'clock. Most natural. If Bhagavan also starts feel that way, then what will happen to Bhagavan? उनकी क्या असीमित शक्ति होगा, असीमित ज्ञान होगा, असीमित कुछ भी होगा. What omnipresent, omniscient. All these things will go. He is not dependent on something for something to happen. Things happen. Please understand. He doesn't need our puja. He doesn't need our mandir. He does not need our parayan. Where does he need? Who needs Ram Janmabhoomi Mandir? Bhagwan needs. So unless you build a temple, Bhagwan will not have shade to rest. Is it so? So far, then what is happening to Bhagwan? He doesn't need. You and I need. You don't build hospital there. You build a temple where Bhagwan is born. Why? Because you and I connect. You and I can pray. You and I want to, get the greatest from him, who is our highest ideal. Remember, Rama is who we are, actually. And therefore, our Ananda can also, another name is Ramananda. I have taken a name Rama now. You wanted to put Krishna. Now you want to put it at something else, X, Y, and Z. Also, you can put this. No, definitely. Please understand this. Because Bhagavan kidhar hai? We keep running after Bhagavan. Did Bhagavan say, run after me? We run after so many things. We run after Bhagavan also. Why? अरे ये कुछ हो गया तो इधर से कुछ फ्री है ना, कुछ कर देगा ऐसा. Is it like that? But the truth is, you don't even need to run after Bhagavan because that is how Bhagavan is. He is not going anywhere. He is not leaving this world. Where will he go? If Bhagavan leaves this world, what will this world be? Where will Bhagavan go leaving this world? Is there some place? Bhagavan is here only. We keep doing something or the other to create unrest. But do we need to do this? Yes. I do puja for myself. Again, remember, the focus of every day, every session, whatever story we took about, whatever was, whether it was a joke, whether it was an incident or a statement that we made, all of that finally came down to, again about me only, Swamiji. Yes. Everything is all about you and your life. Kuch alag nahi hai. Even Bhagavan is all about your life. The moment you understand this, if a person really lives in freedom, a person really lives in individuality, then what you do call him? He is in a state of divine experience. Every moment you're living in the moment. Who lives such a life, That's so. There was some discussion going on and some satsang, and Guruji very casually, he started talking to people, and he was actually, joking as he usually does. And, he was just giving out a joke. He said, there was a Swami, a priest, and a rabbi. Rabbi, Jewish priest is called rabbi. And someone asked a question to all of them. When does life begin? Life. When does life begin? The Swami said, the moment it is conceived. The priest said, the moment baby is born. And Rabbi said, the moment the children are married and all the loans are paid off. Ha 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 ha. Good joke. That was average joke. Tell me another joke. I'll tell about life. Guruji, all that is good, but can you tell us, if we are to ask you that question? Someone asked Guruji, Swami Tejomanji. When does life begin? Can I ask you, when does life begin? Guruji said, at the moment of self-realization. When does life begin? At the moment of self-realization. True. Because it's only a person who has realized who he is, he lives. He lives really. He lives life. But, in the ordinary sense also, the moment we understand that my purpose of life is to discover who I am, where I have come from, what is my point of origin, how I can reach there. The moment I have not come to here, the moment I come to discover, meaning the discovery is about conviction. I am convinced that there is a higher purpose to my life, and I am convinced that my life is about reaching there, reaching back to my own origin. When I have that conviction, then life begins for you. Because it is only a matter of time for such a person. It's only a matter of time. Time तो चक्र है, काल. और काल चक्र तो भ्रमेगा. और उसमें, पर फिर भी, as long, the moment you have gotten conviction, yes, everything is about my life. I want to make my life purposeful, and the purpose of life is to discover me. Who is this me? Who is this self? Not husband, wife, student, child, worker. Not about those things. So what do? We are so caught in our day-to-day experiences. It happened today. Today she said that. Today that happened. Today at office, that fellow, he did not do this work. Today this happened. See, I'm not denying that they happened, not happened, and all these things, good, bad, and all that. No. But when you look at it, ultimately, they are meaningless. Every day-to-day experience, they're meaningless. Meaningless. When you have begun to understand that they are meaningless, then the meaningless starts becoming meaningful to you. When you see the worthlessness in all this struggle to acquire and to store everything in this world, then you shall find worth in those things. It's a very big thing, for you to think over, but please understand this is how it is. So then what do we have to do? In order to gain our life, then we have to connect to the higher source, which means we have to tune our mind. We have to tune our mind. And when we are doing this prayer, what are we doing is nothing but prayer is a means to reach him. And even the prayers that you see, prayers that we see, I'll talk about the Veda only, because all other things can only come from them. The highest source of authority for all of us is Vedas. Om Apya, and this is from the Samaveda. This is from the Samaveda. What I told you earlier was a prayer from the Atharvana Veda. Om Apyayantu mamangani Vak pranaschakshushrotramathamindriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahmaupanishadam Maham Brahma nirakuryam Ma Brahma nirakarot Anirakaranamastva nirakaranam me astu Tadatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharma Te mai santu Te mai santu. Okay. Vedas are the highest, and this is acknowledged all over the world. The amount of Vedic research that is going on now is unbelievable only to an Indian. I'm telling you because I'm in academic circles also with both Persian. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay. So actually, when you look at this prayer, Apyayantu mama angani, mama vak, mama pranaha, mama chakshuhu, mama shrotraha, mama indriyani cha balam, sarvani indriyani cha balam, apyayantu. May my limbs of all my body, may they get strength. May my vak, speech have vigor. May my prana has great power. May my chakshu have great vision. May my shrotra, listening, may that be very vigorous. May all my indriyas have great vital strength. So this is about whom? Dada, Pardada, Beta, kuch nahi hai. You see, in the Vedas also, when you see the prayer, it will be about yourself. And about what? This only. Why? Sarvam Brahmaupanishadam. Because, whatever that is there, all that I see as nothing but one supreme thing. Everything that is there, I am part of that supreme being. That supreme may never deny. May that supreme thing, may that highest never deny me also. May I not deny that. May that not deny me. Never may it happen. May we never be in conflict with each other. And how does that happen? The Rishi here, he says, Tad Atmani Nirate Ya Upanishatsu Dharma. When the Upanishads that are there, the great dharmas espoused, given by the Upanishads, may that come to stay in me. So that, the Brahman revels, I revel. How do I delight in the Atman? When I have those dharmas of the Upanishads shining within me. See, even when we analyze these prayers, even Bhadram Karne Bhi, when we analyze these prayers of the Vedas, we understand, because a lot of times people think Vedas, something they will say, what do we know, where have we read? My Tata used to read, they used to know all these things. Acha. Now, what about you? Let us see. We are now discussing about our own life. Leave all of that. No? What is there in the Vedas? Do you know? You go off to Tata. Again say, we bring everything back to you. What does a person do? He always takes things all outside. Everything sab bahar dekhna. Adhyatma alone is that, and Guru alone is he who loves you and takes care of you for your own benefit, for your own life. There's nothing greater than that. Understand this. You have to think and do everything about your own life. And how? We have understood it is through these great prayers or the Vedas that are there. Through that we can achieve that. So whatever strength, whatever beauty, whatever talent, everything that we have is a blessing from that Bhagavan. The moment we get connected, more and more of that is actually going to increase. It's only going to increase. So then, what can we do? We said, may those dharmas reside in me, revel in me, delight me. Correct. So what are those dharmas? I said yesterday, why don't you think, what are those dharmas that we are talking about? Some common dharmas I will mention for you to think over. Dharmas are pathways to freedom. Dharmas are our pathway to freedom. Dharmas are not rules. Remember this? Dharmas are not, this question for all of you again and again. Dharmas are not rules. Not rule-based religions these are. Like I told you yesterday. If they are rules, then, did you go on Sunday to Mandir? Did you go Friday? Did you do puja only Madisar Sari? We can't ask these questions, no. Not like that, no rules. Whatever we do out of love. And for whom? We know it is not that Bhagavan is wanting, Bhagavan will extract something from you, kuch ho jayega. No fear, only love. I love Bhagavan and I want these things also. So therefore I do. Whom can I get this from? I can only get this from the highest. So therefore let me connect to the highest and get that. Why not? Correct. So then, this essence, this dharma, whatever you call that, one thing is, reverence for life. Unless we understand this, what life is there within me, that life also with others also. Then only we'll be able to understand, that, we can follow the natural flow of dharma. So what is one dharma for us, all of us, would be reverence for life. It doesn't matter whatever it is. So people may call this ahimsa or whatever they call it, but have reverence for life, compassion for living beings. This is dharma, compassion. Respect for jnana. With your permission, can I take a few more minutes today? Because tomorrow we are going to close this topic and there's something more to be told. So therefore today, we just respect for knowledge. You may ask, what is knowledge important? Knowledge is very important in life. And I don't say, knowledge is just only about chemistry, math, physics, biology, law, accountancy, rules. Is this the only knowledge? Actually, We suffer because of lack of knowledge. We suffer because we are ignorant. Like I told you yesterday, the story of good health. What do we suffer from? So we have studied in our books. Okay, if I take this thing, I will be, I will not get. If I take vitamin A, I will not get spectacles. Swamiji, you have spectacles. Okay, I also know. If I take vitamin E, hair will not fall. Swamiji, your hair has fallen. Okay, I can experience it also. Then I have this, I have to have that, I have to have this. Okay, right? All these things. But do you have respect for knowledge? Respect is, but do you know what you have to do so that you are healthy? It's not about reading books. Are you healthy there? Even a doctor says, Swamiji, all said and done, I know even we are not leading a very good life, Ask. Look at the doctors. It's not that you don't have knowledge. You don't have respect for the knowledge that you have. Honestly. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Therefore, we have to pray. It is our dharma. We ask Bhagavan, please lead me from this ignorance to knowledge. Give me that strength, that the guidance that the Guru gives. May I follow that guidance. It is not about listening to the guidance. May I have gained conviction in that. So this is also by themselves a big topic, So we have a need for knowledge in our life, and unless we gain that, we have tremendous dissatisfaction. So we'll be happy also when we gain that knowledge. And it's not just about listening as we are listening now, but through listening, when we develop that respect and we develop a conviction in life, then we are sure to be happy. Because we are following dharma. And another dharma is, respect, ananda, respect for happiness. Everyone wants to live happy, and we have to live happily. Yes. But what happens? I have to be happy at all costs. I have to be comfortable at all costs. And therefore it is okay to destroy the happiness of others. You see this, right? Swamiji, this world is so selfish. People are all selfish. Everything is only about them, Swamiji. Even in family, Swamiji, the child doesn't bother too much about parents. He is there, that's all. The husband, he doesn't bother about wife. Wife, he doesn't bother about husband. Everyone is so individualistic. That is a false. That's a lie, because no one is truly individualistic. If they were, they'll discover truth. They're all about ignorance, falling for something. I don't want parents, I want friends. I don't want this, I want that. That's all. अपने को कोई नहीं चाहता ऐसा. Leave that alone. That we've already discussed. What we have to come back is respect for happiness. And when you respect happiness, you will not destroy the happiness of another, because you're destroying happiness. Please understand. And therefore, happiness will be destroyed in you only. You also. And people forget this. And they give pain to others when they talk in such a fashion that others get pain. Hurtful things people say. Repeatedly they say lies. In a span of 9 days, person says so many lies to me. No, I thought like that. This is what you mean. What is that? See, actually, we have to learn to respect ourselves. We have to learn to respect happiness. If you want happiness, you respect happiness itself. And therefore, you don't destroy anything. So therefore, please understand the highest of dharma. Let me tell you. The highest of dharma is that which brings us together. If we are saying something, doing something that breaks, that divides, that creates hatred, enmity, that creates quarrel, do you know what that person said about you? What is the reason for you to go and tell unasked the other person this? To create friendship between all people? What is to be done, we don't do. What is not to be done, we keep doing. That is adharma, against natural flow. And that will surely result in unhappiness. But dharma is that, dharyate iti dharma. It brings, supports, enriches our life. It fills it with love, Love. When our life is filled with love, happiness is there. Such love of Bhagavan is also called bhakti. So remember, puja, when it is done without this love, people do this. I do morning also, I do evening also. I do morning also, I do evening also. Can you buy one garland for mother? No, 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 no. So much money I don't want to give for mother. I will not buy. This love of Bhagavan is called bhakti. Not your doing is not called bhakti. That love there within you. Similarly, that love. So may I invoke the highest, whom we are calling all as Bhagavan, and ask him or her, whatever it is, ask it to bless us with love. Love for Bhagavan, and first follow love for life, love for knowledge, love for happiness, and love for integration, love for bringing all things together. And these are there. Certainly you are sure Bhagavan is there in such an individual. Bhagavan is not somewhere far off, above the clouds. Upar wala koi nahi hai, apne andar hai. May Bhagavan bless us with such strength. And we shall see tomorrow what is the path of sure realization. We have to reach there now. This happiness, we can't afford to not do anything. Even though, doing something always disturbs. But that is only for the man of realization, not for us. So therefore, since we have to do, how can we do that it is conducive to realizing ourselves? Let us explore and conclude this topic tomorrow that way. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om, and thank you for giving me graciously this 15 more minutes. My apologies. Hari Om. Jai Gurudev.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari Om Swamiji.